As we say goodbye to Saint Augustine, we are both a little sad to be leaving such a beautiful place. Even though Saint Augustine will forever be the place where we rode out our first bad storm, it still took us by surprise and we really enjoyed our time here. I don't know if there's a word for being sad and excited all at the same time, but saying goodbye to a place you've grown to love so you can explore new horizons and find that next adventure gives me a little bit of that word that probably exists. We can't help but fall in love with each and every new place that we experience in our travels, and it's a bit bittersweet when you have to leave. We can't wait to come back someday. With our sights set on the Palm Coast and eventually West Palm Beach, we have to navigate lots of bridges, narrow passages, and boat problems. It's not easy in any way, in my personal opinion, to live like this. You really have to be solution focused in this life to keep going. There are always challenges, always things breaking down, the weather is always changing, our plans, and finding modern conveniences is almost impossible. That's what makes us feel alive. When you're trying to do something that very few would ever attempt, you should always try to have what I call a marathon mentality. I'm in this until I cross that line. Challenges are the tests of one's character. And completing those challenges are what gives life purpose. Because at the end of the race, when you cross that line, there's always a new St. Augustine.
It seems like chaos all ensued at the same time. I basically had Chelsea hand me a cup of coffee. My chart plotter went out. We had a 20-knot gust of wind, and I was motor sailing with the head sail all the way out. The engine was overheating and my phone was dying, which was the only thing that I had to use as a chart plotter because my chart plotter went out, and everything all happened right at once. So we found a free dock. I reeled the head sail in. I took apart the chart plotter, tried to figure out if it was like a wiring issue or what was going on. I think I blew the inline fuse. So I'm gonna go see if I can find one of those here. We have been having a little bit of engine issues with the engine overheating if we push it too hard. But too hard seems to be getting less and less. So I'm gonna take a look at the engine, see if there's anything that I can do to remedy the situation while we're here. There's like hardware stores, restaurants, all sorts of stuff. We have 48 hours at this free dock, which is like perfect because actually there's some thunderstorms coming in right now, and there's gonna be a lot of rain over the next, says 4 days, but I'm thinking 2 days might be the bulk of it, but we'll see. Incredible.
What do you need to get?
I need to get an inline fuse, but I just walked in here and forgot all about it. There's so many cool things in here. Oh, I know what to do. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get a new lock for the boat that is a code, so we don't need the key to get in the boat. But we always have the key on the dinghy. Oh, I shouldn't tell people this. So we got a dinghy lock, or it's like basically you can use it for anything, but I call it a dinghy lock because these are super hard to cut, and we've been really careful about where we stop with the dinghy because we don't yet have a lock like this. We also got a new lock for our boat, and we are going to put these on because we are at a free dock right now. It's one of those places where we do want to be careful. We want the outboard locked to the dinghy and the dinghy locked to either the boat or the dock, and this is going to help us with that. And then on our boat, we have a key lock, and I'm always like really careful about what I do with the keys because our boat key and our dinghy key are on the same lanyard, and I do have another key that's stored. I'm not going to tell you where that is, but I wanted a lock like this because we can just put a code on it instead of relying on a key to unlock our boat. If somebody's going to come around and they're going to cut it to break into our boat, they're going to do that anyway. But this makes it so that if we lose that key, we can still get in our boat. So we got that, and then we have a few inline fuses that I believe are the reason our chart plotter stopped working today. And we're gonna go test that out and see if it works. Ah, son of a...
Did it stop working?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was fixed for a second.
2,000 years later.
Got a bunch of stuff figured out. All right, so we got a bunch done today. We fixed the chart plotter issue. We think we fixed the engine cooling issue. It's just gonna take some pressure testing to figure out if we actually fixed the problem or if we're making headway with that. Chelsea got a bunch of editing done, and yeah, so we're taking a break now. We're gonna explore Coco a little more. Right now we are headed to get coffee. Last night we had a hell of a storm. It was lightning everywhere, like a lot of rain. It said it was supposed to be like not that much rain at all. It said it was supposed to be very light. It was not. But we found a few leaks that we need to address. Probably when we get somewhere where we're stopped for a while, because we need to re-bed and reseal a bunch of portholes. Light juice.
I love the tables. I matched them. So we've just been hanging out on our boats, cleaning, doing some dishes, and then we ran to the little village general store, which was really cute, and we picked up some things. But I really want to get editing done and some computer work done, and I've kind of had enough of sitting on the boat. So I think we're gonna kind of walk around. We might go back to the pub and see if we can work there. Otherwise, we'll try to find something else. But I just need to get some serious work done, and I feel like it needs to be out and about.
Today we are headed to Melbourne, Australia. Now we're headed to Melbourne, Florida. It is it's just on the north side of Palm Bay.
So we just got to our anchorage here in Melbourne, Florida.
Yep.
And now we're having some chili. Yum.
Oh yeah, lunchtime.
But it's so pretty here.
It is. This is a nice little cove. The engine did really well. Didn't overheat. If I push it a little too far, it's still iffy. But I think I might just need to add more water to the coolant. We'll see.
I don't think this is right.
Huh?
This isn't right.
Yeah, it is. It says right on the map. Okay, that was interesting. in the reviews it said the dinghy dock was legit. Liars.
I think we're at the wrong place.
No, we're not at the wrong place. Literally says it right on the map. This is the dinghy dock.
So we turned right around because I had a weird feeling. It was, as you saw from the video, it was a pretty sketchy spot, and there were pretty good reviews when we looked it up, but I had a weird feeling, and it was a bit of a walk to the laundromat and then a walk in the opposite direction to Publix, and it's already kind of late in the day and just felt uneasy about it. We started walking to the laundromat, but then there was this guy that came up to us and stopped and warned us that someone's been stealing batteries and outboards and different things. So he just kind of warned us that you might not want to leave your dinghy there. So we just got back to the boat, and now we're trying to decide if we even want to stay here in the anchorage. It's just about 4:30, and if we can't really go to shore, because it seems like a pretty cool spot a lot around us, but we can't pull up to any of there's a yacht club, and then there's something else that we thought was a marina, but they don't have a dinghy dock. And then if we can't pull up to that dinghy dock that we thought we could stop at, there's no point. So we're trying to decide if we're gonna leave and find somewhere else to stay for the night.
Okay, we've decided to pull anchor here. This is a beautiful place, but we are about 45 miles from a safe harbor, the safe harbor in Fort Pierce, Florida. And tomorrow, it's supposed to be spotty, it's supposed to be rain, some storms and stuff like that. So we figure right now, while it's absolutely beautiful, I think we're gonna knock out another 10 to 15 miles or so. And then we can just do a short hop tomorrow, maybe like 5-6 hours to Fort Pierce, and then be at a safe harbor for a few days where we can do laundry and grocery shop and get water and fuel and all that kind of stuff. So I think Chelsea is definitely right on the money with her intuition today. You to your own private island. It's so clear. Beach.
We're on an island. The clouds look ominous.
Yeah, they do. There's a whole like campsite here. This is amazing.
Someone drank a lot of beers.
Yeah, they do. Keep it clean.
There we go. Where do you want me to sit? Back here again?
You can sit right here.
It's gonna rain. You can see the rain in the background. Oh, it looks spooky. First try.
Here we go. Back to the boat. It's coming. Go, go, go. This is like the best little anchorage. This is my favorite anchorage yet.
Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying these videos, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. If you want to support our journey further, we have Sailing Intuition merch for sale, and you can come join our intuitive family over on our Patreon page, where we do ad-free and early access videos and so much more. Thank you for your support.